Good afternoon, ladybugs. Miss Carla here. I'm here to do a fun science experiment with you. We are learning today about an artist named Dale Chihuly, and he was born in 1941 up in Tacoma, Washington, near Seattle. And so I think he's the only living artist that we are talking about these 2 weeks, and he works with blown glass. Now, in 1968, he received something called a Fulbright Fellowship, and he went to Venice, Italy, and he learned to do the team approach to blowing glass over there, and that's something that he still uses today. He's a very interesting guy, and I would love it if you would watch some videos about him on YouTube. There's one called Dale Chihuly Playing with Fire that I'd really love you to watch. It's only about 3 minutes long. You can kind of get an idea of what he and his team do. And also, you could go to his website, which is just www.chihuly, and that's spelled CHIHULY.com. And there you can see all the beautiful work that he's done. Well, our science experiment today involves melting some plastic, coloring some plastic and melting it. So you need like one of these plastic tubs that like lettuce comes in, or maybe you have something like this, or best yet, if you have something like this. If you've got one of these little plastic cups here, these work really cool. You can see I've already done some things. This is what I did with the plastic cup. I've got it on a piece of white paper here so you can see it better. And then these are some pieces of plastic that I cut from these tubs here. The tools that you need: some white paper, just so that you can see things better. Sharpie markers. Your regular Crayola markers are not going to work on this. It has to be Sharpie markers. If you only have black, just do it with black. But if you have a lot of colors, you can see I have very many colors here. You know, use as many colors as you have. Also, you're going to need some foil, a baking sheet, some hot pads, and of course an oven. And your oven temperature is going to be 275 degrees. Also, don't forget to open up the window in your kitchen to let the smell out. I haven't noticed that it got really smelly, but it can with the plastic. So just in case. Now first you're going to need to prep. You're going to need a piece of foil, but you don't want the foil flat in your sheet like this because it's hard to pick up your plastic once it's started to melt in the oven. So you want to take your foil sheet and kind of crinkle it up like I have right here. So I don't want you to crunch it in a ball or anything like that. Just kind of hold it in your hands and see how I just crinkle it up like this without balling it up. Okay? And then you put it in your baking sheet like that. You need some scissors. So I'm going to take this tub here. You can see I've already cut a couple of circles out of it because I was experimenting with it. I'm going to cut it up. Just going to do this here. You can use a lot of this tub. Part of it has stickers on it though, and so you can't really use that. Now I'm going to cut a circle out of this. If you can't do this, have an adult in your household do it for you, or maybe one of your older siblings. Okay, it doesn't have to be a perfectly shaped circle. I have a really big circle that I've cut here. You can make them any size you want. To make it easier to see while I'm coloring it though, I want to put it on a piece of white paper. With this one, I colored circles and different designs. Can you see that? and then I put it in the oven to melt. And when it came out of the oven, it was curled up like a tube, and I had to kind of stretch it out. This one I put in for a little less time, and I did kind of an abstract design on it. Instead of concentric circles, I just did abstract colors, and that was a lot quicker. With the cup, I turned it upside down, and I colored the bottom a solid color, and then I made all these stripes. The cup is definitely my favorite. So with this, just so that it's a little speedier, I am going to just do a bunch of color as fast as possible. But you can take your time. This is just so that you're not here watching the video all day. I'm just randomly choosing any colors that I think will look pretty together. I'm coloring in any direction I like. When you're watching videos about Dale Chihuly, you'll notice that he wears an eye patch, kind of like a pirate. And that's because in 1976, he was in a really bad car accident and something happened to his eye and he lost it. And so he wears a black patch over his eye and he looks kind of like a pirate. I'm going in all kinds of directions here with my marker. What color should I do now? Oh, red. I haven't done red. My favorite color. I'm going to put that right down the middle here. Okay. Now, I'm going to put this in the oven. Something like this will need to go in the oven for about 45 seconds. Okay? This took longer. This was in the oven for about 1 minute and 10 seconds. And then as soon as it came out, I squished it with my fingers a little bit to shape it like this. This will probably curl up and I'll need to kind of stretch it out when it comes out. But I'm going to do it for 45 seconds, okay? I need to get my little stopwatch ready here on the phone. I lay it right on top of the crumpled up foil. This is where you need the help of an adult. Put it in your oven. We're going to set the stopwatch. And I'm going to wait for it to go to 45 seconds. Let me see if I have any more information about Dale Chihuly for you. His glass sculptures are in more than 200 museums around the world. If you go on his website, you can see that he has done some really amazing installations, some outside. There's one where he's got these cool boats that are filled with the glass bulbs and they're floating, and it's amazing. The stuff that he has done is completely amazing. All right, well, we're getting up on 45 seconds here, and I'm going to pull it out. It has curled up, and believe it or not, right out of the oven, it's not hot, okay? It's just a little bit warm to touch, and I'm going to kind of hold it and form it the way that I want it to be. If you don't like the way that it is, you can put it in a little bit longer, But I'm pretty happy with this one. Maybe I could have gone 40, maybe I could have gone closer to 50 seconds. But I feel like this looks good. This is kind of the shape that I want. And so anyway, Dale Chihuly makes thousands and thousands of these. But for like an art installation, he'll make a whole bunch, and maybe they're all together hanging from a ceiling. He does ones that are solid color, but it's really amazing to see his work and see the light shine through it. If you are ever up in Seattle, there's this place where you can see his work, and it's up by the Space Needle. So if you're in the area of the Space Needle, you can go to the Chihuly Glass Gardens. I hope that you've enjoyed this science experiment. Remember, you have to do it with an adult, and I would love to see your work. So if you make some of these, go ahead and take a picture and put it on our Shutterfly page. Have a great day. Bye.